everyone, welcome back to the Homestead. If you follow me on any of our other social media channels, links in the description box below, you'll know that I am great with animals, but I have a notorious black thumb. But this year I plan to turn all of that around. I really enjoy prepping and gardening with the intent of seeing how much food I can produce for our homestead. But the prepper mindset can often be so full of doom and gloom. I went over the details in a live stream, which I'll link to in a tag above. But in a nutshell, I'm challenging myself to garden in a way that I would if I were trying to survive a zombie apocalypse. And to keep it fun and lighthearted, we're going to do the Plants vs. Zombies theme. That being said, we've hit some bumps in the road, unsurprisingly. Let me show you what's going on with my poor tomatoes. Just look at these poor, sad, weak tomato seedlings. If you can believe it, these suckers are like more than a month old, but they're not growing, they're stunted, and their leaves in a lot of places have gone crispy and dead. Now, as sick as these babies are, I do have some hope. I have an amazing friend who, for privacy reasons, I'll refer to as my garden fairy, who came over to house church last week and diagnosed the problem for me. And it's not at all what I was expecting to find. Apparently, my whole problem is that they're too cold and damp, if you can believe it. I would have thought that this big south-facing window would have been providing plenty of warmth for the plants, but I was wrong. And apparently these self-watering systems, you're not actually supposed to keep full of water. You're actually supposed to be letting the plants completely dry down and then water from the bottom however much that they will soak up in about 10 minutes once they've dried down considerably. Whereas I had been keeping it full of water and therefore them constantly wet, constantly cold, and apparently this is causing root rot. As you can see, the roots on the bottom of these that are just starting to poke out, while some do look quite healthy, others look kind of brown and blackened. And those brown and blackened root structures are keeping it from being able to uptake nutrients, which is causing foliage to die off. But she gave me some tips on what we can do to fix this and hopefully save these babies, so I'm gonna show you all what she showed me, and hopefully we can keep these tomato seedlings alive. First things first was to let these seedlings dry out a lot. They were soggy with how much I was watering them in my misguided attempt to keep them moist. Next, we're gonna crank up the warmth with some warming mats and some large plant domes that my garden fairy let me borrow. Next, we're going to trim off all the dead material with some nail scissors for accuracy, and then I'm going to uproot, or uppot as my garden fairy called it, all of my seedlings in fresh soil and bury the stems so that all of these little lovely hairs on here turn into more roots. Look at this poor sad tomato plant. Well, that was painful, but now that they've gotten a really solid trim, we're going to transplant these babies, bury the stems as much as we can, and hope for the best. I will say that the roots are looking a lot better, and these babies are already looking better since I've let them dry out quite a bit. I can't even see the seedling in this cup, but I am assured by the garden fairy this is the way to do it. And you can even put then a clear cup or some saran wrap over the top to create kind of a little humidity dome, which is a pretty cool thing I might try for at least some of these. Even that I feel like I could have transplanted in lower. We'll try it maybe deeper with the next one. Now that we've gotten everybody transplanted and the damaged leaves removed, we're gonna go ahead and water a reasonable amount. According to my garden fairy, at this stage, it's like about a shot glass worth of water a day. And I'm gonna be adding another heat mat, because clearly I'm running out of room on the one that I have, and some more plastic cups so I can double up. And since I have drainage in the bottoms of the ones they're in now, I can water from the bottom by stacking them within each other. Hopefully this fixes the issue. All of our other plants are doing pretty well. Our peppers are growing great. And here in a couple of weeks, we're gonna start planting outdoors, and we'll be back with lots of gardening updates. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be updated when we go live or when we upload new content. See you next Sunday.